My baby don't care for those high-tone places. My baby don't care for rings or other expensive things. She is sensible as can be. My baby don't care who knows it. My baby just cares for me. My baby don't care for high-tone places. My baby don't care for those horseshoe places. My baby don't care for rings or other expensive things. She's sensible as can be. My baby don't care who knows it. My baby just cares for me. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Oh, this is one of those torch songs. It's a torchy. I have no idea who wrote this song either. It's bad when you do things like that, you know.
I hadn't anyone till you. I was a lonely one till you. I used to lie awake and wonder if there could be a someone in this wide world made for me. Now I see I had to save my love for you. I never gave my love to you. And through my lonely heart demanding it, Cupid took a hand in it. I hadn't anyone till you. And through my lonely heart demanding it, Cupid took a hand in it. I hadn't anyone till
Thank you so much. I don't like it when you can't people see their faces, you know. It's like you don't know if they're going like, you know, and all that kind of stuff. You better not. This is a Cole Porter song. It's called I Concentrate on You.
Whenever skies look gray to me and trouble begins to brew, whenever the winter winds become too strong, I concentrate on you. When fortune cries, nay, nay, me, and people declare, lady, you're through. Whenever the blues become my only song, I concentrate on you, on your smile, so sweet, so tender. When at first my kiss you do decline, on the light in your eyes when you surrender, and once again our arms intertwine. So when wise men they say to me that love's young dream never comes true, to prove that even wise men can be wrong, I concentrate on you. Oh, 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 la, la, oh, yes. I concentrate on you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Cole Porter. I remember when Phil and all of them were doing that Cole Porter show. I didn't get to go. I went out of my mind, man, you know. All those great Cole Porter songs. There's a bazillion of them, you know. And I don't know what we were doing at that time. We had a wonderful lady, wonderful singer out in the audience, Laura Schaefer, and I got ill. There you go. And we had to, she sang a song. What the hell was the name of the song? What was the name of the song, Laura? What'd she say? No, I was very sad, very depressed over that whole thing. Not that you sang the song, but the fact that I couldn't make it. Anyway, here's another thing, and I'm sure a lot of you felt this at one time or another. Yes, I have. Never treats me sweet and gentle the way she should. I've got it bad, and that ain't good. My poor heart is in a state now, it's not made of wood. I got it bad, and that ain't good. But when that weekend's over like I start out, just crying my poor heart out. Doesn't love me like I love her. No, nobody could. I've got it bad, and that ain't good. And the things I tell my pillow, no, nobody should. I've got it bad, it's no good. Those folks with good intention, they tell me to save up all my tears. I'm glad I'm mad about her. I can't live without her. Lord above me, make her love me. Hey, the way that she should be. And that ain't good. I got it bad, and that ain't good. No good, no good, no good, no good. Boom, 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 boom. Thank you so much. You know, many, many years I've been singing, and I've been married for many, many years, and never before have I had Roseanne come up and do a song with me. See, so a while back I did a song with another female. She got tremendously jealous. You know, I didn't know you felt that way about me, honey. But, you know, we still got that spark, huh? Yeah, it's at the bottom of my corn. So I'd like to call ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful, the only, Roseanne Rabiola Mealy.
Oh yeah, come on. How you fix for moonlight? How you fix for stars? How you fix for kisses while we listen to songs? How you fix for someone to watch the rain of weather? For someone to just go a little insane. But how do you think memories? Hey, memories that grow so bright. If we let fancy take us, we could make it tonight. How do you fix for someone who fits your arms like a glove? Hey, tell me, baby, how you fix for love? Hey, how you fix for kissing while we dig those wild guitars? How you fix for someone to sit and with? To worry and plan with, for someone to die, like come out of the can with. How you fix for memories, memories that glow so bright. If we let you get rocked up, fix for someone who fits your arms like a glove? Hey, tell me, baby, how you fix for love? How you fix for kissing while we did the one time? How you fix for someone to sit and to worry and plan with, for someone to die right from out of the can with. How you fix for memories that flow so bright. If we let it rock us, we can make us a few tonight. How you fix for someone who gets your arms like a glove? Hey, tell me, baby, how you fix for? Tell me, baby, how you fix for? Tell me, baby, how you fix for love? There she is.
I could have.
See, you want me to do it?
Yeah.
I gotta tell you my one story. Okay. Now, this concert it's all about love. So we were sitting down, we both came up with the title, and then I thought it would be appropriate to tell this story. We will be married 25 years in October, and it's really gone by pretty fast. Now, we were married, shut up you. Now, we were married, I don't know if we were married a year or 2 years, whatever, it was a short time. So he started having this conversation with me about, the house isn't really that clean, and, the stove isn't really that clean, and this and that. And I said, well, I'm not the perfect housekeeper, but it's not so terrible, I said, and I have this thing about women who are very, very clean in the house, that the house is so clean you can eat off the floor. I said, sometimes I think they may have, no offense to anybody who's like really a clean person, but I said, maybe they have like little plastic covers over their brain. And, okay, so at that point, the conversation stopped. So I thought, yeah, okay, I'm going to be me and he's going to be him. And if he complains, well, okay. About a day later, I'm at work. And they call me and they say, Roseanne, you have a delivery. So somebody walks in, and they have flowers. And the card with the flowers said, clean houses breed boring women. And I knew right then and there.
I've been cleaning the house ever since.
Yeah.
My wife thinks that the perfect thing is room service. That's it.
That's right. Room service is wonderful. Restaurants are wonderful. But I knew he got it. He did get it. So then, I don't know, about a couple of months ago or something, I'm looking around for stuff. I find the card that says, clean houses. I showed you that. You forgot already?
It's not a big thing.
I showed him the card, and he said, you kept that card? I said, well, of course. It really did mean a great deal to me, and he did get it. And he yells about other stuff, but cleaning the house only once in a while. Anyway, so that's the story about love. And, I want to thank each and every one of you who are here. It means a tremendous amount to me personally and to Mickey personally. And we did this for a couple of reasons. The love we have for each other and the love that we have for Family Promise, because nobody, not anybody, needs to be homeless. And the donations you made tonight, we can turn them into 10 times what you gave us because of the help of all the volunteers, all the congregations, all the churches that put our families up for a week at a time and open up their hearts to these families who they don't know, but we're all connected. The more I do, the more we do together for Family Promise. Just gives back and gives back and gives back in a zillion ways. So, if there's anything left in your pockets tonight, we'll be glad to take your donation. So just think about it. We're all connected, and I thank you all so much for being here.
I go sit down. That took a lot, baby, let me tell you. Yeah, I know. Everybody's got something to say. But I remember they recently had for Family Promise. It was downtown, and it was called Cardboard City, or Cardboard. Was that what it is? Cardboard City, and they had all the cardboard boxes out there, and all the kids were having a good time. And bada bing, bada boom, and all of a sudden my wife came home from the morning after sleeping out in a cardboard box. She looked like death warmed over. It was, and she was sitting at the table, and I remember she said to me, "Oh, well, it's time for me to go to I'm going to go take a nice hot shower." And I shouldn't have said what I said. Because I said, wow, where did they take a shower? That was it. She started crying. I had to calm her down, give her a couple of snorts, And that's the way she is. That's the way she is. She's been that way since the day I met her. Anyway, let's get on with it instead of all that sad stuff.
Hey, you see a pair of laughing eyes, and suddenly you're sighing, sigh. You're thinking nothing's wrong, you string along and snap. Those eyes, they're part of the temperature. You're hand in hand beneath the trees, and soon there's music in the breeze. You're acting kind of smart until your heart just goes whack. Those trees that breathe, they're part of the temperature. Some starry night, when her kisses make you tingle, she'll hold you tight and you'll hate yourself for being single. And all at once the folks are nice, they're throwing gangs of rice. You hurry to a spot that's just the dot on the map. You offer your cook, you're part of the tender drive. Starry night, when her kisses make you tingle, she'll hold you tight and you'll make yourself for being single. When all at once it seems so nice, hey, folks They're throwing shoes and rice. You hurry to a spot that's just a dot on the map. And then you wonder how it all came about. It's too late now, there is no checking out. You fell in love, and love is the tender drive. Oh yeah.
Tender Trap. Anybody remember that movie with Carolyn Jones, the little redheaded kid, and Frank Sinatra, and he bought the hotel on the beach? Let's see, I don't know. I think we were talking, Charlie and I were talking about doing this number together a long time ago.
No tears, no fear. Remember, there's always tomorrow. So what if we have to part? We'll be together again. Your kiss, your smile, our memories I'll cherish forever. So try thinking with your heart. We'll be together again. Times when I know you'll be lonesome. Times when I know you'll be sad. Don't let temptation surround you. Don't let the blues make you bad. Someday, some way, we both have a lifetime before us. For parting is not goodbye. We'll be together again. Times when I know you'll be lonesome. And times when I know you'll be sad. Don't let temptation surround you. Don't make the blues some way. We're have a lifetime before us. So try thinking with your heart. We'll be together again.
Holy Scamoli, we'll be together again. Yeah, here's a Sinatra song. The woman's back there has been asking for a couple of them, so I'm going to do one. Love is lovelier the second time around. It's just as wonderful with both feet on the ground. It's that second time you hear your love song sung. Makes you think perhaps love like you is wasted on the young. Love's more comfortable the second time you fall, like a friendly home the second time that you call. Who can say what brought us to this miracle that we found? There are those who bet love comes but once, and yet I'm oh so glad we met second time around. Say what brought us to this miracle that we found. There are those who think love comes but once, and yet I'm oh so glad we met second time around. Holy camoli. How we doing out there, okay? This is a particular song a gentleman by the name of Tony Bennett made popular. I kind of changed a few of the words around. I'm sure you'll recognize it right away. It's called When Rosanna Loved Me. Today is just another day. Tomorrow is a guess. But yesterday, oh, what I'd give for yesterday. To relive one yesterday and its happiness. When Rosanna loved me, every town was Paris. Paris on a Sunday, and the month was May. When Rosanna loved me, every day
brave and gay. But when Rosanna left me, May became December. But even in December, I'll remember her smile, her touch, and for a little while she loves me. And every day is Sunday. Paris on Sunday, and the month is May. It sounds like a friend of ours, Arnold, on the solo. But when Rosanna left me, May, it became December. But even in December, I'll remember her touch, her smile, and for a little while she loves me. Once again it's Paris. Paris on Sunday. And the month is
Holy scapoli. Thank you very much. Where are we going here? Are we done? Are we his turn? What's that? Say something to me. Oh, do we have that? Oh, okay. And that's it. Well, there's no way to end a concert with two people that are very much in love. And Michelle and Ron wrote this song, and I hope you all like it. It's called How Do You Keep the Music Playing?
How do you keep the music playing? How do you make it last? How do you keep the songs from fading too fast? How do you lose yourself to someone and never lose your way? How do you not find out new things to say? since we know we're always changing, how can it be the same? And tell me how every year you're here, you're wet, you're here, your heart will fall apart each time you hear her name. I know the way I feel for you is now or never. The more I love, the more that I'm afraid that in your arms I may not see forever. If we can be the best of lovers, yet be the best of friends. If we can try with every day to make it better as it grows, with any luck, then I suppose music never ends. I know the way I feel for you, it's now or never. The more I love, the more that I'm afraid that in your arms I may not find forever. If we can be the best of lovers, yet be the best of friends. If we could try with every day to make it better as it grows, with any luck, then I suppose the music never ends. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming. I hope you enjoyed all the songs and working rap and stuff like that. And I'm sure you got a big kick out of Ravioli O'Neilly singing your song. And that's it. What can I say? Good evening, all of you. And thank you very, very much for coming. I had a great time myself.
I believe that the youth center is important to the kids of Boulder City because it keeps them off the streets. It keeps them from being bored. It teaches them good sportsmanship because not everybody wins at everything. So it teaches them to encourage each other and learn new things that they may use later on in life. During the school year, we have a homework room that we open up for the kids to come and do their homework in. And the staff that usually works here are 18 years old to 20. They're in college, so they can actually tutor the kids free and help them with different subjects that they need help with. So we try to encourage the kids to use the homework room during the school year. A lot of times the kids get bad grades, and then the first thing their parents do is ground them from the youth center. So we like to encourage them to get good grades so that they can come here year-round. The funding for the youth center is funded by the city of Boulder City. We have a budget, but there's only so much you can buy in the budget. Things are starting to wear out. Like, for instance, the pool table, the felt on the pool table is getting really worn, and you're able to see the board underneath. The balls, most of the balls on the pool table have chips in them. So if there's people out there that want to help, to provide things for the youth center, we take donations, and it is a tax write-off. So a lot of people give us their couches and stuff like that we can use. But the equipment itself, and mostly the pool table, the pool balls, the felt, and the pool sticks are getting really worn because the kids play that every day. We even the games for the game systems, we have an Xbox, a GameCube, a PlayStation 2. Even those games are getting worn just from the everyday use of the kids. So anything that you have laying around, in those things that you don't use, will be welcome to take off your hands. I enjoy working here. I've worked here since the youth center opened in 1997. I love kids, and it's as simple as that. You do have days where it's a hard day, but then you have another day where you see that you were able to help a kid just with their self-esteem, feel better about themselves, feel like they're important. I just want to make a difference, and I'm hoping that working here, I can make a difference in some kids' life where they feel better about themselves. Everybody struggles with self-esteem. So I just want to be able to show them that, that they have a part in the world. And that's why we do so many different things. We play cards and different things, because not every kid is a basketball player, but not every kid plays chess, So we try to do things that it can meet all the kids' needs. But I've worked here the whole time, and I enjoy seeing the kids grow up, and I enjoy when they get to be parents and come back and say hi to me, and it's just a joy to me to see them from 11 years old and come back at 28 years old and see what they're doing. So that's why I just enjoy the job and working with kids.
Adjusting your irrigation controller is as easy as 1, 2, 3. And mandatory watering restrictions require us all to water only on our assigned watering days. Spring watering restrictions are in effect through April. While you can water up to 3 days a week, you may not need to. Landscapes can still do well with less, a lot less. To adjust your watering schedule, add up to 3 watering days, but only as needed. Make sure you aren't watering on Sundays. Don't overwater. Set your system to run 30 to 90 minutes for drip irrigation. For sprinklers, water in 4-minute cycles, 3 times a day, an hour apart. Don't be afraid to touch that dial. If you water outside of your assigned watering days, or water is flowing from your property, you could receive a water waste fine.
It's been said that everything we are or will ever be begins with a single drop of water, that each drop brings a sacred gift, and that as these drops accumulate to form streams, rivers, lakes, and seas, completing the cycle with returning rain and snow, life renews from year to year just as it does from generation to generation. Water means life for us all. Whoever you are, whatever you do, you and everyone you know or ever will know absolutely depends on a safe and reliable supply of clean, fresh water. Maintaining that supply of fresh water that we all depend on for our health and well-being in the face of ever-increasing threats from overuse and pollution requires constant vigilance. A new threat to our water supply has emerged in North America over the last 2 decades that has the potential to forever alter our ability to access and use those vital water resources. That threat is the rapidly spreading invasion of quagga and zebra mussels. And our attention and vigilance is needed now to safeguard our life-giving water resources for future generations.
Hello, everyone. I'm Senator Dianne Feinstein, and during my time in the Senate, it's been a great privilege to work here in Washington and also back home in California on many issues that affect our critically important water resources. And I must tell you, nothing is more difficult. I've sponsored many bills to help make certain our waterways remain healthy and vibrant. But now we're facing one of the most difficult challenges we have ever experienced in the form of invasive quagga and zebra mussels that threaten the very nature of vital water resources. And so there's nothing to fight over. We all agree these little mussels may look harmless, but in the following program, you're going to see the devastating effect they've had on water supply, on recreation, on agriculture, power production, shipping, and wildlife. They have also cost water users in the eastern United States billions of dollars over the past 20 years. Today, these mussels are spreading west with potentially greater impacts. There's no question we've got to stop them from spreading. So this is something that all of us need to take very seriously. Whether or not we fish, boat, or use our great waterways for recreation, these little mussels are dynamite. They will affect you and your pocketbook if they become established. Now, it's not too late to prevent these invaders from spreading, but if we don't take action now, these mussels will spread from one area to the next as hitchhikers, on boats moved on trailers, and equipment moving between waters. If you look at one of these mussels and you figure it can produce 1 million additional mussels a year, you begin to know the kind of threat that they are. This program will give you the tools you need to play your part in stemming the tide of this invasion to protect our economy, our ecology, and our great cultural heritage.
Zebra and quagga mussels are two closely related freshwater species in the genus Dreissena, which are native to an area of Eastern Europe and Western Asia commonly known as Eurasia, specifically the Black and Caspian Seas. In their native range, these species evolved in an ecosystem that included a complete set of biological and physical controls that kept them in balance with their environment, including predators, disease, and physical water quality conditions that limit their distribution and numbers. In the late 1700s, Dreissenid mussels spread to Western Europe when an elaborate system of freshwater canals were constructed to facilitate the transport of goods and services throughout Europe. Because this occurred before the peak of industrialization and included many of the biological and physical controls that kept them in balance in their native range, the impacts to Western Europe have been significant but manageable. Sometime in the mid-1900s, zebra and quagga mussels were introduced into the North American Great Lakes, most likely in the ballast water of a cargo ship traveling from a European freshwater port. The first reported finding of Dreissenid mussels in North America occurred when zebra mussels were found in Lake St. Clair in 1988. During the following decade, zebra mussels spread rapidly, principally by downstream larval drift, but also on watercraft and equipment, to infest nearly every waterway connected to the Great Lakes, including the Mississippi and St. Lawrence rivers. And by the late 1990s, they were found in 23 states and 2 Canadian provinces, all east of the 100th meridian. Also in the late 1900s and early 2000s, a secondary invasion occurred when quagga mussels, which had represented only a small percentage of the mussel population before then, began to dramatically expand and by 2010 nearly completely dominate the Dreissenid mussel populations of the upper Great Lakes. Since then, they have continued to expand their range, primarily by hitchhiking on trailered watercraft and equipment moving between watersheds. But it wasn't until 2007 that Dreissenid mussels were found west of the 100th meridian, when quagga mussels were found in Lake Mead, and subsequently in downstream Colorado River impoundments and all connected waterways of the Colorado and Arizona aqueduct systems. In January of 2008, zebra mussels were found in San Justo Reservoir in Central California, and 2 adult zebra mussels were collected at Pueblo Reservoir in Colorado. However, while zebra mussels have become well established in San Justo, no additional adults and only a few veligers have subsequently been found in Pueblo Reservoir. Zebra and quagga mussels are relatively small freshwater mussels, ranging in size from just a couple of millimeters to a maximum size of about 5 centimeters, typically reaching sexual maturity at about 2 centimeters in length. While these mussels get their common name from the alternating dark and light bands that are often found on the outside of the shell, the pattern and coloration of both zebra and quagga mussels varies widely, often exhibiting few or no stripes at all. Both quagga and zebra mussels are similar in appearance and share the most distinguishing characteristic: the presence of byssal threads that are used to attach to any object of their liking. No other freshwater mussel in North America has byssal threads. The difference in appearance between the mussels has mostly to do with the shape and orientation of the two halves of the shell. Zebra mussels have a pronounced D shape, while quagga mussels have a more rounded shape and overlapping shell edge. This difference is not important. If you find any small attached mussel in freshwater, it spells trouble and should be reported immediately. Both mussel species reach sexual maturity at about 1 year of age, sooner in warmer and more productive waters. A single female mussel is capable of producing up to 1 million eggs a year with multiple spawnings. Fertilization is external and usually begins when water temperatures reach the low 50s. Fertilized eggs become free-floating planktonic larvae called veligers and remain in that state for 2 to 5 weeks while they accumulate calcium and develop a shell before settling on suitable substrate. Once settled, mussels are able to detach their byssal threads and move to find better conditions before settling semi-permanently. Zebra mussels prefer to attach to hard substrate, while quagga mussels do very well settling on soft sand or silt bottoms as well. Zebra mussels prefer near-shore areas in up to 100 feet of water, while quagga mussels are also found in very deep offshore areas to more than 400 feet. The typical lifespan for both species is 4 to 5 years, though individual zebra mussels have been found to live for more than 10 years in some cold water lakes. Drycinid mussels are filtered in food fish while avoiding less desirable plankton species, including certain types of blue-green algae, and then depositing waste and filtered sediment as pseudofeces to the bottom. Since drycinid mussels can occur at densities of up to 100,000 or more per square meter in some waterways, this action completely transforms the ecosystem of the host water body. Zebra and quagga mussels can have far-reaching and devastating impacts to water supply, power production, recreation, fish and wildlife, shipping and navigation, and other important economic, cultural, and ecological resources. It's been estimated that upwards of $5 billion have been spent mitigating the impacts of drycinid mussels on water delivery infrastructure in North America since they were first found in the Great Lakes in 1988. And while no comprehensive economic analysis has been done to calculate the total cost of this invasion on the ecology and economy as a whole, most experts agree